Why are tactics so important in chess? Well, in this game, I'm going to show you a pretty extreme example of why they are. So I'm playing a 1600 here, so I'm rated about 2200 on chess.com. So this, shouldn't be a close game in theory anyway. But again, just driving home the point of why tactics are so important. Here, my opponent makes a move that, you'll hear a lot of chess coaches say, and you'll hear a lot on YouTube, develop your pieces. Again, this is all good. Here, so far right now, it is good. But after I also do the same, my opponent's alarm bells should be going off here because he has an undefended piece. So he should start, calculating, or a little bit of calculation, right? But my opponent develops here. So again, he's saying, I don't want to move the same piece twice. I want to develop a new piece. And these are things that I would often drive the point home. Yes, you should not move the same piece twice, and you should, in the opening, take time out to move a new piece and develop. However, development and strategy in general in chess is superseded by tactics. You can't just play, good strategy and not calculate, in between, or look at the tactics, because if you just drop a piece or a queen or your king, then the game is over, right? So here, that's in theory, it's a good move, but it's not a good move because for tactical reasons, he loses a piece here. So already knight takes c6, it takes advantage of the undefended bishop. Now, he can't throw in this move, an in-between move, because he'll lose the queen. So I took a knight, and I'm attacking the queen, so he has to get rid of that threat and get the knight, and now I win the bishop. So that's one. That's the first mistake, and that was a mistake made within 5 moves. Now my opponent attacks my bishop, but I'm just going to move away and take advantage of the weak dark squares. Now that his dark square bishop is gone, notice how all of my strategies or positional knowledge that I'm going through when I'm playing a game. I also have to fact check all that stuff through tactics and calculation. I can't just say, "Oh, my bishop's good on a dark square, so I'll put it over here." No, because I'll lose my bishop. So so I go with d6. My opponent goes back. And now I'm just making threats like, winning the rook. So also my bigger threat here is if he just plays a random move, is not winning the rook. It's actually trapping the queen. So my opponent castles there, which is good because it gets rid of almost both threats. If I come here now, I still trap the queen. So there's that, but I didn't do that. Again, there's tactics there, but I didn't do that. I just developed my bishop, and now I just anchor my bishop on d6, and I'm threatening checkmate. My opponent blocks and wins a pawn. So I move out of the way here, and I start launching my h-pawn at my opponent. Here, very important. Now, the bishop pair is better than the knight bishop. I also want to launch an attack on the h-file and break open the h-file. If I did this, because I don't want to give up the bishop pair, I would lose my queen. So again, you think strategically, you take these strategic lessons in chess and these principles in chess, but we have to also make sure that tactics are at the forefront. Calculation, what's actually happening in the position first. So he's blocking my bishop, but he's threatening to take my queen, which is really important, so I take the knight. Now I follow it up with h5. So now, yes, I do want to open this file up, but I have to take into account the threats in the position first. Okay, now my opponent plays queen h4. Now he actually doesn't really have... Well, he has a threat here, but it's probably not the threat you're thinking of. Now, this I would consider a threat because it's annoying, and I can't castle after that. So I kind of consider that a threat, if anything. However, if I play a random move, this is not a threat because I would just take his queen, and he can't take back because of my rook. So just to give you that. So since I saw that this was a threat, I castled queenside. Now you'll notice I'm also attacking my opponent's bishop. So my opponent just went crazy here and took. That doesn't do anything. It just drops a rook. Yes, they followed up with the check, but I can just get my king to safety. Another check comes here, but I simply just drop my knight back, and I'm blocking the check. His pawn is too far away to take advantage of the pin. So what does he do? He throws away another rook, because sacrificing the rook is a cool thing to do in chess nowadays. And now my opponent really goes astray. He throws in a check, but it's just dropping a queen. Anyway, I know this is an extreme example, but really focus on your tactics, because if you don't, you can have the best ideas and strategies in the world, but if you don't have good tactics or calculation, everything's not going to work for you. I promise you. Anyway, if you found that video helpful, check out this one. Now get out of here. Go play some chess.